Welcome to Back to the Bible. Week 1, Hope. Day 2, Light for a Dark Time. Collect yourself before God. Psalms 33, verses 20, 21, 22. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart is glad in Him, because we trust in His holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. God's promise for today, Isaiah 9:2. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwell in a land of deep darkness, on them has light shined. Consider today's truth. Light is seen best in the dark. G.K. Chesterton wrote in The Everlasting Man, hope means hoping when things are hopeless, or it is no virtue at all. It is only when everything is hopeless that hope begins to be strengthened. In other words, when life seems good, hope may be an idea of casual notion. But when your life is tattered and all support fails, hope becomes a bedrock of perseverance. Hope shines brightest when it's dark. Isaiah was a prophet from God to Israel in their dark days. For years, the nation had wandered in their own ways and been deaf to the warning of God. Isaiah preached the coming judgment of God, yet it was judgment that held mercy. The prophet offered hope for the people. The hope was not rooted in military might, international alliances, nor the people's own attempts at reform. God would send the Messiah as both Redeemer and Ruler. He would enlighten us with grace and truth. God's future promises are as certain as yesterday's news. Christmas is not the beginning of a promise, but a fulfillment of messianic predictions made for generations. What was hinted in the very beginning, Genesis chapter 3 verses 15, becomes focused in Isaiah. The Messiah is God's light, aimed at the darkness, Isaiah 9:2. The hope of His coming illuminated the hearts and minds of God's people. Isaiah wrote in the past tense of the coming future, so certain of God's promise that it was already considered done. Like a beacon of a shoreline or redeemed through a night forest, the light of the Messiah promised rescued, redemption, and restoration. When the darkness was thickest, God pierced it with hope. Help was on the way. The light shines in the darkness. John 1:5. John tells that help has come. He points us to Jesus as the light from God who bestows life. John chapter 1 verses 4 through 18. Jesus is the brilliance of truth and grace. He is the truth from God, revealing the truth about God. He is filled with God's grace, bestowing gifts after gifts. For those who believe in His name, He grants the greatest gift of all, to become children of God. Receive God's promise. We all struggle. It may be something we are afraid of, worried about, or overcome by. It may be money, health, family tensions, unemployment, loneliness, or depression. It may not be a result of our own actions or missteps. Life has a way of failing on us. Regardless, there is reason to hope. The whole Bible tells the same story. God comes to us in our need and rescues us in mercy. Our hope doesn't stand on what we can do, but on what God has done, what God will do. You can turn to Him. You can trust in His grace and power. Reflect with God. Consider the truth of Isaiah in chapter 9 verses 2 and respond to this teaching with prayer. God bless you.